Welcome to the Lead with Your Soul podcast. I'm Michelle Wright, your host and fellow traveler on this journey of self-discovery. This podcast is designed for women navigating life transitions and yearning to embrace their true selves. I'll be sharing my personal journey from navigating the complexities of divorce and blending families to reshaping my career to something that resonates with my soul. With 3 decades as a teacher and mentor, I'm here to share insights, heartfelt stories, and practical strategies. Together, we'll explore how to cultivate self-love and create the vibrant, fulfilling life you deserve. Join me each week as we dive deep into the art of living authentically.
Welcome to the Lead with Your Soul podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Wright, and we're here for our August messages for your soul. So we're going to pull some cards today, and I invite you, as you're listening to this, to just grab a journal, grab some water, some tea, and just really kind of listen to what messages come specifically for you. As always, you are part of this message. You are part of the oracle. So any images or thoughts or connections that come for you, that is what you want to look at. That's what you want to connect with, because that's your own soul listening to this message and connecting to it and bringing you further. For me, sometimes what that even looks like is I'll just daydream. I'm listening to the person and then I daydream in a specific for a specific memory, for a specific kind of vision forward. And so that's how I invite you to use this. And today I also did my very first live on Instagram. So I'm also going to be doing some Instagram lives, looking at setting up a weekly time. So if that's something you're interested, you can always direct message me, just DM me a question you might have or some guidance that you might want. Just let me know what area of life you're looking at, or if you just want me to pull a card specifically for you and kind of lean in, and I'll do those on the weekly lives. You're going to see that on my Instagram at michellewright.co. And what I'm doing there is just getting that weekly live readings for people and teaching. Yeah, I'm a teacher, retired teacher that I can't help but, oh, did you know you could do this? And this is what this means for you. So it's so exciting. As we move into today's, I'm just going to get you to just take a deep breath and just find your heart space for me. Just find that groundedness of listening. So put your hand on your heart. If you can, if you're not and you're driving, just mentally do that. And just close your eyes if you can and just take a deep breath. Just a nice deep breath and breathing out. As you breathe in, I just imagine you breathing in all this health, healing, grounding, and just settling your whole body. And breathing out, just breathing out what doesn't serve us, what we can release, what we've already done, what we're at the end of. We're at the end of this month and moving into another. What can we let go of? Just breathing in and out. And as you're doing that, breathing in and out, I get you to imagine that each time you're breathing in and out, there's this beautiful green ball just in front of your heart that is just getting bigger and bigger. And now it's big enough that it encompasses your entire body. Yes, and you're just sitting in this green bubble. And I set the intention that this bubble is for healing, that this bubble of energy is for deep understanding and helping us understand how we can move forward for our highest good and for the good of those around us, our own souls and the whole collective. I invite you to feel in and listen as we call in our angels, our spirit team, saints, our ancestors, our loved ones in spirit. I ask them to be here as part of our healing, part of our wisdom, part of our understanding, and part of us knowing what to let go of and what to move into as we move forward. I'm now going to, if you want to open your eyes, I'm now going to take some Palo Santo. I really love the smell of this. I love the ritual of this, the ritual cleansing and sacredness of just this smoke and just bringing this space, bringing the sacredness to this moment and this time and this reading. And if you don't have Palo Santo, I just want you to imagine, or if you have incense, you can burn that. It's just inviting all of our senses to come in and to be present as we connect with the divine through our cards. I'm now going to switch so that we can move to the camera view. So I have taken and started with our three overall oracle cards, and this one is the numerology deck, and it's number 63, parenting, which I thought was really interesting. And then here we have our Mel Brown Indigenous deck, and you always read it with the part that came up. And this word is encourage. And it's from the freshwater environment. So, and it's just inviting us to look at that. And this is our Lead with Your Soul. That's my podcast. This is our soul deck. And in here, what I find interesting is it's the same color. So when you're intuitively kind of looking and reading at cards, I see this same color. This blue is kind of put throughout, and blue is our throat chakra. And this is an encouraging, I see this beautiful divine being creating and giving and encouraging this egg. I would call it an egg. And it's interesting because when I look at parenting, some may or may not be parents. And so, what does this look like? This card is really looking at how we can be here to encourage ourselves. And with that, I have two things that are coming in quite strongly, actually. One of them is how are we encouraging the kids in our life or the younger people in our life? And how are we making time to be with them, to give them time to speak and share their stories, and to share our stories of wonder, our stories of stumbling, falling, and overcoming. And it's really embracing in August. Especially, I find for at least North America, for us, it's the summertime. So we tend to be more with our kids right now, and we're tending to play outside, be in the sun. And it's really encouraging you to do that play. The other thing that came in quite strongly is also I've been doing some inner child work myself. So when it talks about parenting and it talks about encouraging and helping your inner child, it really is looking, not going back just to that child that was 5 years old or 10 years old, or whenever you had different incidences. What inner child work is really looking at that part of ourself that we can nurture, that part of ourself that is childlike, is fragile, is in need of that caring and that love. And it's taking the time to parent them in the way that you wished you might have been parented, in the way that you could be parented, and making those moments and those times available to you. I will put a YouTube video that was given to me to help work on that, and just to help think about and have a deeper understanding of inner child work. So you might want to use that as well. And you might find that August might be this beautiful time to take this summer sun, to take this summertime to play and nurture that part of you so that you yourself can speak and have your wisdom and your voice feel like it has presence, it has value, and it is needed in this world. I already know that. Like, I can feel this. This is encouraging the kids who are around us and encouraging the child in yourself, that healing, to recognize, to come into the full sun, and to recognize that there is value in what children do, what children see, how they speak about the world for ourselves and for them. And so to see that and it really encourage it. I find that interesting. I just find it a real interesting, I just don't even know where this reading's going to go as we kind of lean into this. This is exciting. So our first line, we're going to do 4 lines. Our first line is, what is the energy we're going to be bringing in from July? Our second line here will be, what are some of the challenges that we're going to be having in this month? The next line will be, what are some of the gifts that our spirit team will be helping us to overcome these challenges and to move forward? And then next one is overall, or what is our next right moves? What's our focus? What do we need to really, really know as we move into this next month of August? Now, if you come across this reading and it's not August, I invite you to set the intention, because you came across it for a reason. So set the intention that you are going to get the messages that you need for this month, this time that you're in. So just listen, and you came here, and I believe in divine guidance, and listen to your soul. So our first line we have with Chris Ann, the Light Seer deck. So we're going to find in, what is the energy that we had from July that we're going to be bringing in or letting go of, which is interesting. So all of these cards are in protection. And so I'm going to move them over because it's always saying, okay, is this energy coming in, going out, or is it being blocked? So the energy that we're coming in, and I see that in the month of July, we took some time to really work on relationships, relationship with ourselves, and to start relationship with others. And so it's still in the beginning stages and it's fragile. And I even think here, you might be working, you could be the literal working of your relationship with your children. And what does that look? So, like being a teacher all the years, I know that sometimes it can be difficult all of a sudden to have your children. You love it at first, but now you have your children 24/7. Where is that balance and that nurturing? And so it's really getting you to see that. It might even be the relationship with yourself, your healing, your transitions that you're going through. Where are you at? How is your voice? And it's continuing to have that to come. The devil is the card. This is so powerful because you can see what she drew is that there's a puppet. So the devil is not something necessarily evil outside of ourselves. In this deck, the devil is really talking about all the ways that we are bound, that we are puppets to the things that scare us, from fear, from addictions, from anger, the ways that are not love. The ways that are not love, compassion, forgiveness, and working together wholly within our own self, wholly within our small groups and the larger group of the world. And the devil is here blocking. And so there's lots of blocks that we need to really look at. If we find ourselves angry, if we finds ourselves really frustrated, this card here is getting you to really look at if it's in your parenting, if it's in your inner child, it's wherever you see this frustration that you are being encouraged to heal. You are being encouraged to offer guidance to someone else because maybe you don't have the same wounds. And so this offers you an opportunity to say, I experience it this way. And to look at this with love and compassion. This is not to look at our addictions, to look at we often call it the shadow self, to look at the pieces of ourself that we tuck away, that we don't want to look at. And we need to really look at it with compassion, because it's only by bringing in this beautiful, guiding, loving, parenting love into our own light and the light of those around us that we don't let the darkness take us over. And we're all light and dark. We have to have duality in our lives, in our souls, in order for us to appreciate where it really is. And it's in the duality and going in deeper that we peel open the onions and understand ourselves at deeper levels. And we understand our own lives or those around us. So you might be looking, if this reading for you is really looking from a parental perspective and you're looking at that, it might be looking, where are you triggered with your own children? Where do you see yourself when you look at your child and you see them reflected as a mirror back with you? And it's not always the pieces of you that you really like. And sometimes that's where we can find the tension or crunchiness can be in a relationship. Where is it where yourself, when you're doing inner child work, where is it you see this fear? Where is it that you hide it from addiction? I know myself. I can get into denseness. So that means not moving. And that means eating really not good things, all these dense kind of foods. And that's how I almost numb my feelings. And that's a beautiful way that this card unfolds, because if I'm actually not numbing my feelings and not allowing myself to be aware of them, not allowing myself to have compassion and unveil it, then these feelings are ruling me. I don't have a nice sense of balance. I'm not encouraging myself to grow and myself to expand wholly by saying, yes, I do these things. I'm going to practice. What is it I'm trying to avoid? What pain is really here? And how can I deal with it? If I'm working with my kids and my family, where is the line between myself and them? Where is myself in understanding them to understand how they might be hiding from their own challenges and their own light? And this is all about encouragement. It's not about judgment. It is not about being critical. It's about love, compassion, and acceptance at deep soul levels. And the Knight of Swords is saying that this is all going really quickly. So swords is the suit of air, and this is the fastest knight. Knight is always that court card that is movement. So usually there's a horse here, we have a motorbike, and he's moving fast. So there's lots of fast movements. So sometimes we have not realized in the past month or taken the time to stop and recognize where we are being triggered, where we are being bound tightly up in knots. And so it's getting us to just stop and review from July. What things did you really enjoy? And really kind of look at that. What did you really enjoy? What was the light? What was the fun? Where did you see it? Where were the challenges? Where were the challenges for you? And to continue to look through that and to take the time, even though life is going quickly, you can take moments in your day to slow it down, to understand. Because as fast and slow, this is saying watch and wait. So the world is telling us to go fast. The world is telling us, oh, this is happening like this. This is happening. Quick, 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 quick as a bunny. And the divine is saying, no, we have time to watch and wait. We have time to allow this encouragement to sit, to allow ourselves to play, to allow ourselves to be in the sun, and to just watch and wait it grow, watch and wait for it to unfold. That's what I'm really seeing, is that piece of just, I'm seeing the unfurling of a fern leaf. You know how it's a beautiful spiral if you've ever seen a fern, and it's really the unfurling of a fern leaf and encouraging it, because we need this nurturing, we need this encouragement for ourselves, for our children, for the earth around us. Can even look at parenting in that sense, that we take care of this earth. What are we doing in this earth to make sure that we're taking care of it? So now in our next line, what we're going to look at for August is we're going to look at what are some of the challenges. And in challenges, I invite challenges, because challenges are the way that I'm going to move forward. Challenges are the way that I'm going to get to my highest potential. So challenges kind of highlight where I find it sticky, where I can get stuck. And so it invites me in this, similar to this card, and it invites me to really put my hand on my heart and to encourage with lots of love, lots of dedication, and time, just time to allow it to really unfold. So what are going to be some challenges? 9 of Wands. And here we have the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. So the 9 of Wands, here we have, Wands is about creativity, passion. And here we have this person who still has their tools, and it has, and the 9 of Wands is really asking, you can see, so 9 of Wands has 9 barriers. It's the end of a difficult battle. It's the end of something, but we can't give up yet. Like, it's almost to the end, and we have to still stay vigilant, but not in full fighting mode. And it just reminds me that, and this person has some challenges. Their leg is injured, and it's inviting us to really recognize, as we move through this life, as we move through the challenges and the duality, and this year has been difficult with all of the astrological shifts and changes, that not to lose hope, and to recognize that we're coming to a place of calmness. We're coming to a place where it's going to be easier. It's not going to be as crunchy. And that's when the 10 of Cups comes in. And the 10 of Cups is the water suit. And you can see this beautiful rainbow. Everything is going well. So it's saying, hang on, because everything is going well. And this is coming in. It's because sometimes in the 9 of Wands, what we can do is we can say, oh, well, no, I can't allow good to come in. I'm still fighting. So that's that aspect of the end is coming soon. Just, you can be ready, be vigilant, but don't be full fighting. And so in that mode, you're like, no, and I can't see any good. I cannot see the light. And over here, we're saying, well, encourage joy, encourage love, encourage play. And this is saying you're going to have some challenges this month finding those two pieces, because it's still going to be difficult at times, and you're still going to feel like you need to stand guard. And it's saying, but when are you creating times to relax? When are you creating times to play? When are you creating times to nurture and just lay in the sun? When are you creating times to just look at your children and smile at the new freckles that came with the sunshine? Or smile with, I swear, children always grow. They're like flowers. They grow an inch in the summer. How are they growing? They run, they play, they jump. And allowing yourself to see that, and allowing yourself to release and move and actually live in this abundance. Because the 7 of Swords means we can block it. For me, 7 of Swords, so 7 of Swords is actually something is being stolen. For me, I always have this, it's the The Devil card is the highest version of this, and the Seven of Swords is when something is being stolen. And for me, that usually means I'm stealing it myself. I'm stealing it myself with anxiety, fear, spiraling thoughts. And I don't allow myself to move past that. I just stay in those thoughts. And this is saying, no, you don't need to. There's lots of joy to be had here. So, where are you going to make sure that you stay vigilant and you recognize the hard work that you still need to do? You still need to stand strong in lots of ways, but there's other ways that you can enjoy the abundance in your life. You can enjoy the many ways and many cups that are being offered to you in different ways of love, of finances, of flowers, of nature. Like, I just see abundance in so many ways, just as we're walking our dog. I see right now, every time we go, there's a different flower that's in bloom. And right now, there are these purple little daisies with these million little purple petals. And they're just gorgeous and beautiful. And that's one of those cups. I can smell. I can smell the sweetgrass, and I can smell the we smudge with it. I can smell the oh, I can smell the smudge. We smudge with it as well. Oh, it's just left me. Doesn't matter. Sage. That's it. I can smell the sage in the field as well. Like, it's just this time. And that's what this is talking about, because in our doing, in our being, and in our parenting, sometimes we're just so busy with the tick, 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 1, 2, 3, our list, our things that we have to do. We can be so busy being human doings that we forget to be human beings. And this is really that call to be careful around that. Those are your challenges. Your challenges are, can you see the cups that are full in your life, just completely overflowing in different ways? And can you see them? Can you feel them? And it's surrendering to trust. Judith Orloff's surrender cards. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And so in here, it's really recognizing that as you allow yourself to move in the direction you need, you're trusting. You're trusting in what you're creating. You're trusting with what's growing and coming alive in your life. And sometimes I know I see social media this way. Sometimes I can get on there and other people's selling other people's viewpoints. Other people are saying, oh, it's not exactly what you need. You need this, you need that. I see it especially with, as you get on social media, all the ads that come with it, telling us who we should be, what we should look like, what it should feel like. And this is recognizing that you are this beautiful, unique human in this world. And so are the people that you parent, that you guide, that you love. And how can you nurture and trust that they are becoming, you are becoming exactly who you're meant to be? And if you find that a challenge at any point, and this is saying trust. So just as we had this beautiful green ball that's surrounding us in energy as we're listening to this reading, it's about leaning into this trust and leaning in. And lots of times what I'll do is, I don't know. And I am worried about my kids, and they're older. And so what I do is it's not my role. I can only love and encourage. And then I send up prayers. I send up prayers of love, prayers of hope, prayers of becoming. And I'm on their prayer chain. And it's simply just a matter of putting your hand on your heart and just saying, take care of them, help them to heal, help them to become, help them to be their highest potential and to bring themselves to a place of joy and happiness. So these are your challenges and what you're being asked to overcome. Now we're going to move into our line that really asks us, what are the gifts? So as you do what are the gifts? Where can you look and say, oh, okay, this is going to help me. If I do this, this is your gift. This is what you can pick up. Okay, we have the Two of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. In here, the Two of Swords, once again, is that suit of air, and Two of Swords is really about making choices. And it's getting you to make choices. And this person usually always has a blindfold. And often it's like a choice between a rock and a hard place. So how can this be a gift? I think for myself, one of the things that I recognize is that I think we see things at such a black and white, and we don't see gray. We don't see duality. Like we talked about, we need the darkness with the light in order for us to continue to really appreciate the light. You have to have the darkness. You can't have happiness without sadness. And it's recognizing that in the Two of Swords, the choices that we think that we're making, or the things that we're trying to avoid at times, we need to recognize that they can be gifts for us. That these challenges, that these rock in a hard place moments allow us, instead of seeing them as yes, no, black, white, explore both of them, explore what they can mean, and encourage. I'm getting this idea of encouraging your soul to speak to you about these two. Your soul to speak to you when you're feeling this choice point. And do you have to really make a choice? And if not, how can you appreciate both sides of that choice? The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a gift coming in. And the Five of Cups really speaks to us. In cups, we have 3 cups that are empty, and we have 2 cups that are still full. And here you can see the person is looking at the empty cups. And the gift in our life is really to learn how to see what we do have and not look at all the things we don't have. So your gifts are really to take stock of what is here? What do you have? When you are parenting, loving, encouraging your own inner child, your own children, or your loved ones around you, what is the blessing of that? I know as a grandma, and I got to have my beautiful grandson for several weeks this summer. It was tiring, and it was exhausting in ways that, when you don't have little wee ones with you, you're not used to. But there was so much joy. There was so much laughter and fun that we had. And that's what every day I would make sure that I just looked at his little freckles, and I just looked at him, and I just ate up how special that relationship is and that love is. And I could have focused on all the things that were negative. And actually, I had many people kind of say, oh my God, you guys must be exhausted. You must be this, really focusing on all the other pieces. And I just kept on focusing on, no, actually, there's so much joy. There's so much laughter in this. Yes, I'm going to have to probably sleep a bit more. And we did. But it was so much fun. And so that's your gift, is to really focus on where your cup is full, where you are getting your energy from, and to connect with that, and to really, I'm seeing connect, to drink from that, to just continue just to again and again take big gulps, because that's where you're going to get the energy that you need. The Seven of Wands Wands is about that creativity, is that passion. And you can see she's going across this rickety bridge and it's kind of difficult. Seven of Wands can be a card of there's challenges and there can be other people around you making it very difficult. And so there's a sense of you knowing and she knowing what she wants. And she knows what she wants. She's looking back. She's saying, okay, I've got this. It's a little rickety, but I've got this. I'm able to balance. I'm able to move forward. And it's really centering yourself and not worrying about what other people are saying or doing, because the gift that you are being given by your spirit team is your own sound, your own connections, your own relationships, your own cups that are full. And don't worry about what other people think or say. And don't spend time losing these precious moments worrying about them or thinking about them. Instead, really encourage drinking from that joy, that fountain of love. Really connect to the fullness of what August can bring us. It can be a month of harvest. It can be a month of culmination of so many beautiful summer things in the Northern Hemisphere. And the Seven of Wands is just really inviting you to go forward on your path, knowing that this is yours, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And reap the rewards from your path, from your full cup. And we have our Lantern Oracle, and it talks about confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. So August, in here, it's saying that confusion is part of what we need to do in growth. So if this has been a time, or as we move from even at the end of August into the craziness of September, especially as parents, it can be a very difficult time. It can be confusing, but instead lean into it. Don't see it like the Two of Swords, where it's black or white. See confusion as being the way towards healing. See confusion as the way to look at what is full in that experience, in that moment that creates and hurt. And how can you reap the benefits of that? And that's where that goes with that idea that even when negative things come to us, it helps us to move forward. That is actually a gift. It is actually a gift when things end, when things finish. It is a gift for us to feel pain, because then we know something. We know where our edges are. And we know if we have to heal that. Does that pain mean that that's an area of healing, an area where deep love and compassion needs to go? Because it's our way forward is through that. And for you, it is too. And it is for the people we serve. So even if you're doing a role and as a guide for others, or it's that inner work and you're being a guide for yourself, to encourage and recognize that you can see the same blue is in here, that confusion, difficulty, challenges allow us to speak our truth, write our truth, and encourage a healing of truth for who we are. It's very beautiful, and it's challenging though to do that, I find. We have a Jamie Sawyer's deck here, the Out of Hand Tarot. And this is going to be our next steps. You know, what does it all mean? Coming together, just kind of, okay, spirit team, got all these things. Let me know what's important. We have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So the Four of Pentacles, Pentacles is that suit. It's that suit of, it's the earth suit. It's the suit of everyday abundance, finances, work, family. And in this, it's really looking at the Four of Pentacles is what do we hold back? So there's things that we're going to put in, and they're putting things into a vault, not sharing them. Four of Pentacles is also, I'm just going back. Sorry, life also occurs here in my beautiful cabin as different people pop by. The Four of Pentacles is just looking at what do we hold dear. So another way that this happens is that a person is actually clutching. So here it doesn't necessarily look like they're clutching, but they're actually clutching their wallet and they're not sharing it. They're not allowing it to go out to the collective. So this month is really looking at, because we're being asked to share, encourage, be generous. It's also being generous of spirit, generous of finances. Where do you find yourself really constricted and tight and not sharing with others? The Seven of Cups is coming in, and the Seven of Cups is emotions, it's intuition. And each one of these cups, there's something different, and this person has to choose. And in the Seven of Cups, it's about this, you're going to have so many choices of what to do and how to move forward. And sometimes we get stuck in this thing of, well, I want to have them all. So I'm going to try to drink all of the cups, but then that means that maybe it's milk and then 5 of the 2 go bad because you can't drink it all in time. So it's looking at, you can choose, and if it's meant for you, it's always going to come back for you. So it's not one right way. This is often that what comes up. There's not one right way to move forward. There's not one right cup. If you do that, then you've got the check. You've got the yes, I did it. This is the one right way forward. And for many type A individuals, that's what we think. We think, okay, I just want to do the right one. I don't want to do the wrong one. But spirit doesn't work that way. Our souls are saying, no, you know what? We are human spirit. We are humans, and we came down to be humans, and we are spirits. And what we wanted in our spirit form was to come here and have a whole host of experiences. So if you do it and you try something and it doesn't go well, that experience gives you so much knowledge, gives you so much deeper understanding. You're better for it. If it goes well, you're better for it. So don't worry about it. Each and every experience gives you some wisdom that you can tuck in your pocket, in your toolbox, and continue to use more forward. And then the Knight of Cups is in protection, and it talks about, this one is really talking about your heart. I see the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is really looking at, because this one is just about love, it's about caring, it's about it can be about romance, and it's just about that emotion and open flow of emotion. And in protection, it's getting you to look at, where do you find a restricted flow? I'm thinking of the garden hose, and wherever you kink it, you stop the water from flowing. And it was in protection because it's asking us to really think, where do you restrict the flow? So this month, if we're asked to be free, if we're asked to look at others and even our own selves in a way of love and compassion and caring and tenderness and taking care of, with encouragement, and just looking how we, with so many ways and in a community and in a tribe, help things grow. Where are we putting restrictions on it? Where do we stop it? Where do we say, no, this can't be, this has to stop? I can't allow this, or this is moving too fast for my heart. Why don't you lean in and trust? Trust over here, surrender to trust. So let's see, Alana Fairchild, the Sacred Rebel deck. Let's see how we can do that. Being the Sacred Fool. Oh, I love this one. The Sacred Fool is really just talking about, just here about playing. The Sacred Fool is like the Fool card in the tarot deck, just that joy, the abundance, and the sacredness of the beginner's mind, and saying, don't worry about it. Just jump in. Don't worry so much about all the shoulds. Unkink the hose, set up your slip and slide, pour on some wonderful soap so that it's really slippery, and just start to slide. Have fun, enjoy, get the beginner's mind, get that soul that just is seeking, just release it. Have that. This to me is the child's heart, the child's mind, the child's laugh, and just embrace it. As a parent, take care of it and nurture it for yourself, for those around us, and just honor that as sacredness. Just like we set up today in our breathing, we set up today in bringing in the sacred ritual of bringing in our energy, bringing in our spirit team. The spirit team is reminding us that you yourself are sacred, and fun, joy, happiness is sacred, and to really enjoy it and to embrace it. So overall, what are some things that we can also close with? Some oracle cards? I have Asha Frost's medicine oracle. We're asking to the mosaic pieces. And to me, I see this as you have an opportunity with experiences this month to create a beautiful mosaic, to create, garner the most precious pieces over this month that you're going to keep lovingly and create a picture, a beautiful mosaic. Not all of them are going to be awesome. Not all of them are going to be wonderful. Don't worry about what isn't wonderful. Look at that as a beautiful opportunity for healing. Look at that as an opportunity to expand and lean into and search in a beginner's mind all the things that create this mosaic of your life, of your family's life, of your children's life, of your life. Because if you don't like the mosaic you have from your childhood, you can heal it, you can break it up, and you can put new pieces in. You can have fun this summer with your inner child and help them heal and find joy in safety and tender parenting that is full of acceptance, love, and joy. What is the elder spirit from Asha Frost that we are being invited to embrace this month? We are invited to embrace the elder snake, release the old, release what hasn't worked in the past, release what didn't work. So here in our challenges, we have to figure out it didn't work. So let's not worry about it. Let's just keep on moving forward and let it go. And it doesn't have to be a long, arduous process. I know during full moons, one of the things we can do is set that intention. I often think of Archangel Michael with his beautiful sword, just cutting the ways that I have self-sabotage, I have connections to negativity, to the old that no longer serves me. And like the snake, I can just let it go. I can just cut it off, and I can take it now instead of a weight that I drag behind me, of memories, feelings, instead of weights that's just in this big backpack behind me, I now can just allow it to be broken up, to be a piece, a beautiful pearl that I can put into my mosaic. And the stuff that wasn't good, I'm going to let it go. So if you want, you can even look it more and look up and even do some meditation around the snake and do a releasing meditation for yourself. You might find that might be helpful. I have my beautiful sassy spirit. It says, call your energy back to you. It's your energy. And in that, in order to have the fun, in order to create the sacred fuel here, you know what? I know I have my energy going out to all these other things. Oh, I worry about this. I worry about this. I worry about that. What are they going to think? What this is going to happen? What's this going to happen? And instead, in these rituals of releasing the old, it's inviting you to call all the energy back that the beautiful universe gave you, that the creator gave you. Be in your wholeness, be in your sacred fool, be in this beginner mind of wholeness, of childlike, and enjoy those moments. And encourage yourself to enjoy those moments and heal in those moments. We have our beautiful Wild Kuan Yin deck, and I love to close with this one. I just find her, she is of the Buddhist tradition. She's a Bodhisattva. The loving push. Sacred grandmother will nudge you when you need to take a step, comfort you when you become uncertain, and provide the means for you to move towards your destination, which is, of course, your divine destiny. When you feel the divine pushing you, leap. So releasing the old, allowing yourself to embrace the new, finding that light, and recognizing that your spirit team's with you. And so when they're pushing you to have fun and release and move forward, enjoy it, leap in. What's interesting as we close this reading is that this parenting card, it has come up this week several times. I was doing another podcast and just it got interrupted in different ways, so I didn't end up completing it. It has needed to come in. So this parenting energy, this energy for yourself, whether you look at it as your inner child, whether you look at it as taking care of those around you, parenting and nurturing those around you in this encouraging, loving way, or you are the recipient of that. Feel into that energy, listen to that energy, and most importantly, allow yourself to embrace the sacred fool this month. The beginner's mind, have fun, laugh, count your days by the ways that maybe you cry so hard you laugh, that you're absolutely astonished and surprised, that you walk in the woods and you can't believe what you see, smell, and hear. Lean into the many and mighty miracles that happen each and every moment, each and every day. Well, my beautiful souls, until next month, keep leading with your soul and listening tightly as it leads you towards a new beginning as the sacred fool.
That wraps up another episode of the Lead with Your Soul podcast. I'm so grateful you chose to spend this time with me. As you navigate your own life transitions, remember to be gentle with yourself and embrace the journey. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Join me next week for more insights and inspiration. Until next time, keep leading with your soul.